안녕하세요. In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 4 of All of Us Are Dead. Now, this episode starts off with a content creator talking about the zombie apocalypse in Korea. His name is Orange Gibberish, and he just has his own social media, channel, and he just goes around filming the chaos that's happening in Korea, or Hyosan. And it's interesting because behind certain rumors and conspiracies, that's what his channel does. Not only that, later on in the episode, he comes to a so-called kindergarten, or a school for the young kids, and we see little kids who have become the zombies. It's really scary and really interesting because it's from the point of view of him, and it's just so crazy. Now, Chung-sun's mom finally makes it to the school and comes in contact with Gyeon-sun, and it's so sad because the mother does get attacked and evidently turns into a zombie. We don't see that part happen, but you know what happens. Other than that, there is a montage where it's pretty funny where they talk about having a bathroom break, to pee, to poop. I mean, the idea of, trying to go to the bathroom somewhere, or how to do it, it's really interesting. Not only that, the students try it out, but then there's another coexisting scene where the adults, where Onjo's father is helping out the district office people and the politicians, they have to use the bathroom as well. So, I mean, you have to go, you have to do your thing. It's nature. You can't stop anything from happening like that. Now, I did forget about the two students that were on the roof hiding out this entire time. Now, evidently, the boy made a deal with Gwan-nam, who is the bully in the white shirt, basically saying that he'll give him money if he doesn't upload the video that he took of this girl. This girl goes to the teacher's office and tries to destroy every single phone that is there in order to stop this video of her being topless and humiliated go out onto the public. Now, as I mentioned in my previous review, I did want it to be nighttime to see how the zombies would work during the night. And this episode delivered, because during the night the zombies are more active, but they just walk around and they really can't see technically. But other than that, they are more scarier at night because you don't see what's happening, you don't know what's happening. All the other factor is that Mi-jeon is in the bathroom with the archer, and we find out that the archer has a brother who is a junior. We don't know which sibling it is yet. It could be Chung-sun, it could be someone else, but it could be very, really interesting how that plays out. There's so much dynamic in this episode. Now, Mr. Lee, the science teacher who created this virus, the Yona virus, finally explains to the detective why he created it and what the reasoning behind it was. His son was being bullied so much that he wanted his son to live as a monster instead of die as a human. It's so powerful, and the way it's written, it's fantastic. The episodes are just right in your face and interesting, and this emotional aspect of things was great. Now, the detective asked Mr. Lee if there is a cure for this, or an antidote, and Mr. Lee says no, there isn't. So while that's happening, they evacuate the police station, but then the police station gets overrun by zombies, and then they have to escape and get out. Now, Mr. Lee is pushed into the restroom by the detective, who is finding out that all of his colleagues are being attacked. Not only that, Mr. Lee has a smile on his face while the attacks are happening. He then remembers what his son and his wife went through. So Mr. Lee goes and saves the detective, all the while he gets bit himself. The creator is taken down by his own creation. Yes, Mr. Lee is being bitten profusely all over his body. And then all of a sudden he tells the detective that there is a cure. There is a so-called antidote, so to speak, or a solution on his laptop at the school in the science lab. So the detective remembers this, and all of a sudden as the detective goes out, we see Mr. Lee get up. He becomes a zombie. But he doesn't act like your normal zombie. He's not going, he's not doing that. He's just walking like a normal person. And if you pay attention closely, the zombies that are behind him are actually following him. And I feel like he knows that he has become the alpha, because in every single zombie movie or show worldwide, there's always an alpha. There's a big, huge alpha that is leading this pack. And I feel like Mr. Lee has become that leader of these zombies. Well, you don't know, but we'll find out if that's the case or if that's true. That's my assumption of what has happened in this episode with Mr. Lee. But it's interesting to see that the creator has been taken down by his own creation just because he wanted to help his son become stronger and fight the bullies. That was it. But then this turns into a whole chaotic craziness of all things. Now, all the while, Chong-sun and Seo-hok go to the teacher's office in order to get a phone to reach out and call more police officers or the fire department. All the while that's happening, there's another scene where Onjo's father is helping the politicians escape to the roof and get away, but he's using a fire hose. Now, the fire hose is really much prevalent in this episode. You would think that the students would have used it in maybe episode 2 or 3 when they were, climbing the outside of the school building. But no, it was left for the father to use. And the father's just spraying. He's just spraying down the zombies with the water. The elements of water, earth, and air are prominent in this, but not fire yet. Fire is unbeknownst so far. You only see smoke in the background. But I'm curious to see how that plays into everything. Now, while that's happening, Chong-san runs into the principal's office and finds Gwon-yum tying up the principal, who kills the principal. He's video recording it. He runs away, and then Gwon-yum stabs him, throws the knife, and then it's crazy. This episode was really crazy because it's a slow build for everything, but there's also comedic timing and aspects. It's really, really good and really, really well done. I'm really surprised at how this episode actually made Mr. Lee look like a really strong character, all the while making certain other characters look weaker in a way. But it's really fun that this is only the 4th episode, and this episode is 71 minutes long. It's really, really long. And so far, it's the longest episode of this series. I'm curious to see how the other episodes stack up and how long they are. And because you're telling a lot of story because you have a lot of characters. 12 episodes is a lot for a Korean original Netflix series, especially a show like this that is based off of a webtoon. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next episode, especially leading up to the season finale, which is episode 12. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 4 of All of Us Are Dead. Did you like the dynamic and aspect? And what did you think about Mr. Lee turning into a zombie? And do you think he is the alpha male or the alpha leader of these zombies? And did you like it that he called them monsters instead of zombies? So far we've got the definition that they are zombies and monsters. But different people are calling them different things and pre-connotations of certain ways of how they work. It's going to be really interesting and really fun. Let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked. And I'll see you guys in the next review video. And be sure you tune in tomorrow for my episode 5 review of All of Us Are Dead. 감사합니다.